Uniswap. It changed the crypto trading game with its launch back in November of 2018. For the first time, traders had a decentralized trading solution that was user-friendly and simple to use. And each iteration of the protocol since 2018, V2 and now V3, have also revolutionized the markets and how they operate. Uniswap technology provides so many opportunities for traders, and with a recent public release of V3 tech, the opportunities are plentiful. What are they? We'll find out in about 10 minutes, because it's time for Chico Crypto. Yes, back in May of 2021, Uniswap released version 3 of their protocol, which for the first time included concentrated liquidity for its liquidity pools, which gave LP providers the options to set ranges for where their liquidity was used. Although if we go to the announcement blog of V3, we can see it says this about it. Uniswap V3 Core will launch under the Business Source License 1.1, effectively a time-delayed GPL 2.0 or later license. The license limits use of the V3 source code in a commercial or production setting for up to 2 years. Uniswap V3 released in May of 2021. It's now April 2023. Yep, Uniswap Labs V3 license has expired, my friends, on April 1st, meaning the V3 codebase is fully open source, up for anyone to grab, fork, and play around with as they please. aka Uniswap Fork season is upon us, because this has already happened in the past. With V2's launch and public access, many lucrative opportunities were released into the market throughout 2020 and into 2021. Like PancakeSwap and SushiSwap, which during the hype of V2 got all the way up to rank number 45 and 59 on CoinGecko. The proof is in the pudding. Uniswap releases create big opportunities. So what are the V3 opportunities? Well, there isn't going to be many just fork opportunities, as the forks have already released and cemented their market share. There isn't gonna be much room for anything else, especially if these forks that are already out implement the V3 tech. And that is happening. PancakeSwap announced Monday V3 of their protocol was ready to go in live. The opportunities with this V3 launch are going to be with the picks and shovels of V3 based liquidity. As more protocols begin moving to Uniswap's V3 model of concentrated liquidity, there is going to be a major need for automated liquidity managers, ALMs, because managing liquidity with V3 takes consistent monitoring and adjusting to receive the best returns. More players needing their liquidity managed equals more TVL, or total value locked up, for the ALMs, which means more fees. All opportunistic signs for ALM protocols. So where are the altcoin opportunities going to be in this sector of crypto? Well, number one I see is Gamma, a protocol for active liquidity management and market making strategies. And from their dashboard, we can see they have over $70 million locked up across 5 chains. Switching to CoinGecko, we can see that TVL is much higher than its market cap, which is sitting under 20 million. And the beauty of Gamma? 100% of the fees earned go to the stakers and LPs on the platform. Yep, this is the GMX of automated liquidity managers. And those fees are starting to roll in, an explosion since the beginning of the year, with fees being up over 745% over the past 90 days. Now, just imagine what will happen to their fees when other exchanges begin to implement their protocol now that Uniswap V3 is open to the public, like PancakeSwap or Trader Joe on Avalanche. And @CryptoBird on Twitter posted screenshots from the Gamma Discord, and core team members said they were in talks with Pancake and Trader Joe about integrations. In the automated liquidity manager sector of crypto, Gamma without a doubt is a front runner and favorite. But now it's time to go even further degen to an even lower cap coin that just may be the dark horse of ALMs. That project is UNIPILOT. And yeah, UNIPILOT is very similar to Gamma. It's an ALM where liquidity for varying Uniswap v3 positions is automatically managed by the protocol to give users the best returns. But many of those returns are higher than Gamma. As we can see from the Ethereum and USDC pool on Gamma, total APR is 4.55%. On UNIPILOT, the average APR over the past 7 days for the same pool is 8.86%, almost double that of Gamma. But Pilot is also a real yield protocol that pays out the fees earned in Ethereum to the stakers. And out of the real yield protocols, it is paying out the highest APR, meaning you get the most ETH for staking Pilot tokens, even higher than Gamma and GMX. As we can see, staking GMX gives you an APR of 7.91% paid in ETH. On Gamma, the APR for staking is 8.53%, but on Pilot, the APR is the highest, with 8.96% returns paid in that sweet Ethereum. Besides higher returns, what makes Pilot so attractive in the near future? Well, as we can see from this chart, Gamma's total value locked up in the protocol began surging at the end of January. What was the reason? Well, QuickSwap, the exchange for Polygon, integrated with Gamma for liquidity management on February 1st. From the 1st of February to today, the TVL for Gamma has surged from 12 million to 74 million, an increase of over 516%. The adoption of QuickSwap obviously had a big effect on Gamma's TVL. So QuickSwap integration with Pilot, in my opinion, would have a similar effect. And here is a conversation from the Pilot Telegram, where head of growth and strategy, David Baker, said, "Partnership incoming." Of which people asked, is it a big one? Is it different than QuickSwap? Of which David replied, yeah, this is different. QuickSwap is soon, but not till next month. And then someone asked why Gamma is kicking Pilot's arse. Of which David replies, 99% of this is because they launched on QuickSwap with farming rewards. We'll be doing the same soon. QuickSwap integration with farming rewards anytime this month, and another partnership locked and loaded. Pilot looks primed to have a breakout very, very soon. Finally, it's time to end this episode with what I do best. Find the big projects before anyone else. Now, with the release of Uniswap v3 into the public's hands, it's going to bring a wave of innovation, as developers are able to take the liquidity model and innovate with it, not just fork with no innovation. This happened with v2, innovation, not just forks. Things like Balancer arose, which allowed multiple tokens inside of a single liquidity pool instead of just two. Innovations are coming this time around too, and I think this innovation is going to change DeFi like never before. This is Infinity Pools, which builds on top of Uni v3. What does Infinity Pools bring to the exchange table? Well, it's a perpetual DEX that allows unlimited leverage of any asset with no oracles, no liquidations, and no counterparty risk. How does it do this? Well, the protocol has a novel design that allows concentrated LP tokens from UniV3 to be lent out to traders looking to margin trade. It's a brand new DeFi primitive whose innovation design could be even more important than GMX. Now, Infinity Pools isn't released just yet. Their website just has a place where you can enter an email to be updated. But I have word a testnet is coming soon. As we know, if there isn't a token with the protocol and they launch a testnet, it's likely down the road they reward early adopters with an airdrop. Going to Infinity Pool's Discord, we can see Matteo Gavadan, co-founder, said this in reply to someone asking if the testnet was coming. We decided to delay it by a month, coming out early April. Any day now, their testnet is going to be open to the public. I wouldn't hesitate for a second to get involved because they are going to change the DeFi game, and an airdrop is a high possibility. Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.